Primary succession is one of two types of biological and ecological succession of plant life, occurring in an environment in which new substrate devoid of vegetation and other organisms usually lacking soil, such as a lava flow or area left from retreated glacier, is deposited. In other words, it is the gradual growth of an ecosystem over a longer period. In contrast, secondary succession occurs on substrate that previously supported vegetation before an ecological disturbance from smaller things like floods, hurricanes, tornadoes, and fires which destroyed the plant life. Occurrence: in primary succession, pioneer species like lichen, algae and fungi as well as other abiotic factors like wind and water start to normalize the habitat. Primary succession begins on rock formations, such as volcanoes or mountains, or in a place with no organisms or soil. This creates conditions nearer optimum for vascular plant growth. Pedogenesis, or the formation of soil, is the most important process. These pioneer plants are then dominated and often replaced by plants better adapted to less odd conditions. These plants include vascular plants like grasses and some shrubs that are able to live in thin soils that are often mineral-based. For example, spores of lichen or fungus, being the pioneer species, are spread onto a land of rocks. Then, the rocks are broken down into smaller pieces and organic matter gradually accumulates, favoring the growth of larger plants like grasses, ferns and herbs. These plants further improve the habitat and help the adaptation of larger vascular plants like shrubs, or even medium or large-sized trees. More animals are then attracted to the place and finally a climax community is reached. Examples: a good example of primary succession takes place after a volcano has erupted. The lava flows into the ocean and hardens into new land. The resulting barren land is first colonized by pioneer plants which pave the way for later, less hardy plants, such as hardwood trees, by facilitating pedogenesis, especially through the biotic acceleration of weathering and the addition of organic debris to the surface regolith. An example of primary succession is the island of Surtsey, which is an island formed in 1963 after a volcanic eruption from beneath the sea. Surtsey is off the south coast of Iceland and is being monitored to observe primary succession in progress. See also, ecological succession, pioneer species, secondary succession, soil creation, stability. Sources: Biology Online Dictionary. Biology Online. Retrieved October 12, 2011.